Okay, everybody, welcome to FPL Live. Let's do this. It's been a long international break, and I know I'm itching to get back to the Premier League. Guys, how are you?
Not too bad now, Luke. Nice to be back.
Chief, how's it
Not bad.
going, man?
Not bad. Just glad the internationals are over and we're back to FPL.
Nice.
So, just a quick recap on the last fortnight. I thought it was kind of important that we kind of consider what has gone on since you last heard our wonderful voices. So, we've had Donald Trump elected President of the United States of America. We've had Luke here elected President of the FPL community, representing America. We've had injury problems which have kind of passed or haven't passed with Hazard, Sanchez and Coutinho. We've had Wayne Rooney's great hotel troubles, and Ireland are now top of their World Cup qualifying group. Ireland.
What a
Ireland,
week.
guys.
What a week. Hey, can you guys fill me in, actually? What happened with Wayne Rooney?
Chief,
Yep.
do you want to do this one?
Sure. So, shortly after the Scotland match, the hotel he was staying in, he had let's just say he had some fun with a wedding that took place there. Now, what was interesting is that other players went out of the hotel to have their quote-unquote fun. He had it in the hotel with this wedding that he crashed, and he got a lot of stick for it.
Oh,
The
yeah,
reason-
I do remember hearing about that now.
But the reason he didn't play in the Spain match was because apparently he rolled over some bottle or something. So he wasn't disciplined for having too much fun. So it was basically hijinks. I don't think we should read too much into that,
No.
I guess. But yeah,
I
it was
wouldn't.
just blown out.
It's important to note as well with that one, just to defend Rooney's character in some way. He did pick up a knee injury in the Scotland game,
Oh, man.
and it meant that he wasn't going to be training on the Sunday after the Saturday. They were meant to train on the Sunday afternoon, and he had his great night on the Saturday night. And probably the biggest revelation from the whole evening is that Wayne Rooney cannot play the piano.
I wouldn't worry too much about Big Wayne. He's dead in FPL. Okay, guys, do you guys want to get into? Do you guys want to get into the questions? We've got a lot of people
Yeah,
in
sure.
the chat talking about Coutinho. So we learned yesterday that he had a minor knock or something. He was spotted in the hospital, but since then he's come out. He's traveled with the team. So it looks like he's at least going to make the starting squad. So, with that being said, would you guys get rid of Coutinho? I know I own him.
So there was a scan on a tight calf. So that isn't an injury. That's what we do know. That's what Glenn Price, ESPN's Liverpool correspondent, said.
Okay.
Now Ben Dinnery is suggesting that at best he'll be on the bench.
At best,
So-
he'll be on the bench. Wow.
And this is Lord Ben,
Yeah.
knower of all injuries.
Ben doesn't get it wrong.
Well, rarely. So
Chief,
look, I don't have him. I'm not getting him.
Yeah, Chief, what do you think about? Do you have Coutinho?
I don't, unfortunately. The funny thing is that before the international break, I was so tempted to just get him in, so that I've got the Coutinho and Firmino double whammy. Thank goodness I didn't do that because this injury has now transpired. And what I would say is, if you've got him, don't sell him. He's not going to be injured on a long-term basis. I'm sure he'll be back. He'll be starting in game week 13. But if you were looking to get him for this game week, then obviously don't buy him. Don't have him. Don't buy him. If you have him, bench him.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably feature as a sub at best. But that's where I am on that front.
Yeah,
Don't be stupid about him.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'm the only owner, I guess, from you guys, but I'm not going to sell him. Definitely not. I mean, it's not serious, I don't think. And I think Darren Fletcher is my fifth mid, so there's no point in really benching him for him. Benching Coutinho
And I
for
think-
Fletcher.
Okay, moving from Coutinho though, can we just tell people about the wonderful prize that we have and how you can get your
Oh
hands on
yeah,
it today?
definitely.
Sure. So just to
there you
confirm, guys, we're giving away a £25 voucher from Classic Shirts. Tweet us your most compelling stat. Luke, Dag and I will choose the most compelling stat. We'll put it to the YouTube vote after our shortlist, and the best one will get a prize courtesy of Classic Shirts, and that's £25 voucher.
Yep, and they have a great
fantastic
selection there. I've bought a couple items from them now, and it's really great. So get your stats in. Try and use the hashtag FPL Live so that we can kind of sort through your stats a bit easier. But do you want to move on to a question?
Yeah, grand. So Hospad there, just see the first question that's literally sitting in front of me is Walcott going to play? Will I just continue to run with this one before you guys even jump
Sure.
in?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Metro is reporting that Theo Walcott's wife is heavily pregnant and may go into labour this weekend.
Oh man.
You know it's FPL when you're worried about someone's wife going
Jesus.
into labour.
I didn't even know that.
There you go. There you go.
If it gives you any consolation, at least it's the early game. So I mean,
So all you just have to do is just hold on a little bit longer. Is it?
come on, Mrs.
Yeah.
Walcott. What's her
Yeah.
name? Let's find her name.
Yeah, Luke. Yeah, you go and find her
Let's
name
see.
there. So
Melanie.
that's why someone's even asking the question about Walcott, and I guess that kind of ties into the whole Alexis Sanchez playing worse when Walcott's on the pitch, or
That's funny.
FPL points anyway. So yeah, I guess it's a pretty pertinent issue, isn't it?
I'm gonna say that Walcott is gonna start.
Ooh.
I would be I don't know. I would be surprised if I don't know. I won't try and act like I'm a child doctor, but I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say right now. Is he really not going to start just because the wife is pregnant?
If
This
she-
happens. Well,
I
it's not
know
that
it
she's pregnant.
happens.
She's in labour, or like
Wife
his-
in labour. If she's in labour, there's no way he's going to get that match. In fact, Charlie Austin's wife gave birth a few days ago, so he was in a similar predicament as well.
That's true.
So thankfully for Charlie Austin owners, he won't be, risked by.
Like, we really need to have a website that's built, and it has just 3 tables: injury data, suspension table, and whose wife is
And
pregnant. And then,
Wife's
how far we
pregnancy
are along.
status.
And we can just say, time since confirmation, and just like a 9-month, countdown, and we're just like constantly updated. Like it's actually an issue. Like I remember was it Juan Mata or someone a few years ago? There was a nightmare as well with him. I don't think it was Mata, but anyway,
So-
is Walcott going to play?
I mean,
maybe not.
Maybe not, but I don't think it's worth a transfer out.
Oof, I don't know.
You think it's worth
I
a
don't
transfer
know.
out? I don't know. The panel is inconclusive at this point.
Yeah, I'd say obviously don't buy him, but don't sell him either. It's exact same situation as Coutinho, albeit Miss or Mrs. Coutinho aren't giving birth, so I guess that's where you're on that front.
Melanie Walcott, by the way, they've been married since 2013. Just for those of you who were wondering.
Wonderful. Okay, you guys want to move on to another question, or do you guys have a stat ready? Get your try and get some more questions in the YouTube chat.
John Lebo. Oh wait, you read it. You say a stat. You say your stat.
It's our friend John Lebo. Christian Eriksen
Okay.
hasn't scored with any of his last 61 shots in the Premier League.
God, that is a stat and a half right there.
Wow, that's just crazy. I mean, he does go. He does have these phases where he doesn't score, but then all of a sudden he can score. So who knows? He might score this weekend, and then he may, just carry on scoring for fun. I've got a couple more stats here, if that's okay, guys.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
this is Dream Team expert. Aguero has scored the first goal, and that's the most for any player this season. And also, here's a stat from Dan Cox. Palace have lost 8 out of the last 9 Premier League games against City. So perhaps that result is already in the bag.
And just while we're reading out a few stats, can we just get people to please actually just credit where their stat came from if they haven't managed to find that stat themselves somehow by running the data? Would you please just credit your stat? Like, we just don't want people just robbing stats for the sake of it for their own profit, if possible.
Yeah,
That'd be
if
fantastic.
we're giving away shirts, we have to have rules. This is not an anarchy, and I'm the president, so what I say goes. It's just
elect What?
The Ericsson stat is surprising, just because we know him as a goal scoring attacking midfielder, and especially given his threat on set pieces, he's a dead ball master. So that's pretty surprising for me.
Melanie Walcott hasn't tweeted since September 3rd. Just tells you how close we are to this baby being
Man,
born, guys.
I hope she's okay. Oh man. Okay, I've got a question from Jason Yorath. After this game week, would you get rid of Lukaku?
I have a question back for Jason, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is he related to Gabby Yorath? And then, yeah, you won't know who that is if you're not English.
Yeah, who's that?
What?
Gabby Logan. That was her. I believe that's her previous surname before she got married. But
Gabby Logan.
sorry, that's random. I just that's a very distinctive surname.
Oh, it is.
So,
It is Yorath.
And
Well,
I'm
just
waiting for the answer.
Okay,
Terry-
while we're on that, I'll just address why someone might get rid of Romelu Lukaku. So beyond this Swansea game, you're looking at Southampton away, United at home. That's Man United, of course. Watford away, Arsenal at home, Liverpool at home. It's not easy.
Yeah. But
Like-
then again, yeah.
Would you
But what-
rather?
And
Patrick-
apparently his stats haven't been great lately.
No, and I think. Is it a good time for me to go? And John Lebo just said that his stat came from 442.com. Thank you, John. I think, is it worth just talking about Lukaku after international breaks kind of quickly, since I was talking about that just
Yeah.
before the podcast?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Please.
so the Stats Zone, you can follow them on Twitter if you just go into the people that I follow and find them at the top of the list. That's I know, a fantastic way to credit someone. But there you go. Lukaku, after international breaks this season, has had 17 points after playing 88 minutes in game week 4 and 8 points after playing 90 minutes in game week 8. Like, we're talking about a player who's pretty good after international breaks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last season, it's worth noting, though, that he was actually worse after international breaks. He averaged 4.3 points per game after internationals, but averaged 5.1 points per game for just other games. So, inconclusive on Lukaku.
So
Can I say this, guys? Look, people are talking about, will they sell Lukaku after the Swansea match? He could easily score a hat trick over the weekend. Are you seriously telling me those same people would sell him on the basis of him getting that hat trick, or even a brace, or even a goal or an assist?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think if you're going to sell him, you're going to sell him when he hits that bad run of form, which Lukaku does hit from time to time. So I think it would be a bit crazy to sell him.
Yeah.
So prematurely.
Yeah, and Swansea defense has not been good. Southampton defense, I'd say probably middle of the road. United have shown they still are letting in goals. Watford just let Chelsea score 5 goals last week. So
That was Everton.
no, it was
Everton-
Chelsea
Chelsea.
versus Watford.
Chelsea
Was-
were Everton, weren't they? Chelsea were Everton. It was Liverpool-Watford.
Jeez, it feels like so long ago.
And it was 6. It was a 6-1 win for Liverpool against
Chelsea.
Watford. Chelsea beat Everton 5-0.
I'm out of sorts.
Last
All I know is that Chelsea offense is good and Watford defense is bad. Yeah, but
exact science with Luke.
I would hold on to Lukaku for now.
Who?
Just like
Okay,
Chief said.
now looking across the board, when we're talking about Lukaku, we've kind of briefly mentioned someone else who was a captain. I think it was Sanchez, was it, who we mentioned? I can't remember. Anyway, we're looking across. Who would you captain this weekend, considering that we've got some seriously good captain choices?
I think that's a good thing, actually. Like, it's not one of those game weeks where Aguero's scored a hat trick the week before and he's got easy opposition. It's that game week where you could captain a differential and get away with it if that differential fails, because not everyone's going to captain the same person.
So you're looking at the main front runners are Kevin De Bruyne or Sergio Aguero playing for Man City away to Crystal Palace at 3 o'clock on Saturday. You've Lukaku at home to Swansea, also 3 o'clock on Saturday. You've any of the Liverpool ragtag bunch except Coutinho. You'd be mental to captain him, considering what we know. He's away to Southampton 3 o'clock Saturday. I don't know who else you'd really captain out of that group. Maybe you could captain a Spurs player, but I don't know what you'd be doing given what happened with my Dele Alli selection a few weeks ago. And then on Sunday, you've got Chelsea playing away to Middlesbrough. You could captain almost any of their team, it seems, and they might score a goal.
Yeah, I think Hazard and Costa are pretty good shouts for captain.
Or even even just going off the past few weeks, Pedro or Alonso could be too. I'm obviously not advocating those, but yeah, there's a lot of choices
It's
here.
possible. I think the probably front runners are Lukaku and Aguero. That's the main chatter that I've been seeing. Right now, I've got it on Lukaku, and my reasoning is the captain's one of those things where I think you just have to go with the safe option. And if Aguero ends up not starting, you're going to be kicking yourself. And we know Lukaku is 100% going to start this week, so that's why it's on Lukaku for me. I mean, you can make an argument that Aguero didn't play much over the break, and I don't know. It's Lukaku at the moment for me, but
I think no doubt it will come down to Lukaku and Aguero as being the two most popular choices. Gents, I've got two stats that have just come in. Can I read them out?
I was gonna interrupt you and just be like, "Ooh, we've got a stat that's actually relevant to the conversation right now." So can I take one of them and you take the other one?
Go on. I know which. Yeah, go for the relevant
Mr.
one.
Baskar P, who said #RobStat from Opta and #FPL Live and credited all of us in the tweet as well. Like, this man's gold.
Yeah.
Lukaku has scored once the last 8 times Everton have played Swansea.
robbed robbed stats from Opta. So he even credited his stat in there. So that's good.
That's what I was getting at. And Chief, do you want to take that other stat while we're at it?
Yep, our friend Mr. James Parter, he's tweeted in again. Spurs have the best defence in Europe at 0.55 goals conceded per 90, and that's ahead of PSG and Bayern, and that stat's also credited to Opta. Now, looking at Spurs and their defence, they're home to West Ham, they're home to Swansea, they're home to Hull, and they're home to Burnley in their next 6 games. So, 4 cracking home fixtures in the next 6 games. So, is it worth having Spurs defensive cover, guys?
Yeah, I think even given that the fact that there are a couple tough games in there with Chelsea and United, I would definitely make sure that I had a Spurs defender. I mean, you heard the stat: Spurs have the best defense in Europe right now, and I have Lloris in my goal, and his points have been, I don't know, they've been a little hit or miss come the past few weeks, but I'm hoping at least for a couple clean sheets in the next few games. I can definitely see one against Swansea, and then that Hull and Burnley home games in 16 and 17 are. I would be shocked if they don't keep at least one there too. So
In before Kane scores about 5 goals in the next 7 game weeks, by the way. Getting that in there.
yeah, Harry's back.
Also, I'm just gonna, while we're going around there, will we all just retweet out to make sure that people know that we're live here, just while we're at it. And as well, I'm just gonna ask you guys who are in the chat, if you're enjoying so far, drop us a like. We always appreciate that. It helps us. Oh, we've got the Max Walters question of the week: pasta or eggs?
I genuinely don't understand the question. I mean,
It's not the podcast anymore if Max Walters doesn't get his question at some point.
so in England, is are eggs like a main entree type of thing?
like, eggs are a carbohydrate, yeah.
That's like that's completely.
They're not. They're actually not.
I mean, I don't. Do people just make eggs out of the blue for like dinner or for like lunch?
I've had a boiled egg the last 3 nights in a row,
Wow. I mean, I'm not
but as a snack. Yeah.
I'm not an egg person, so I don't really eat them much. But even then,
You're missing out.
in America, eggs are like pretty much a breakfast food and breakfast food only.
Jeez.
So we don't really.
You guys have it hard over there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really eat that many eggs after 10 o'clock in the morning. So.
You should have pasta with scrambled eggs. That's what you're missing out on.
I'm gonna skip on that one.
Yeah, I know. No, I know it's a popular thing, but I'm gonna pass as well.
Yum.
Got a question,
Not so
guys.
yum.
Got a question. And this is actually relevant to my fantasy football team as well. So the questioner is, Rashford or not. Now, I've got Rashford in my fantasy team. I've been meaning to get rid of him for many weeks. Now, Zlatan is suspended. Wayne Rooney might not be 100% fit. They're playing Arsenal, big match on Saturday. Is it worth keeping him, or is it time to sell him? He's not scored a goal in ages, so why keep hold of him? And for me, the gut feeling is keep him for this one game week. But what do you guys think?
So I'm just going to throw in one thing there and just say that Mourinho did say earlier that Wayne Rooney is fine to play, but that doesn't mean that he will play. I'm going to throw that in and then let Luke answer the question.
Chief, if I were you, how much is Rashford up to now, for price-wise?
6.8 million.
I would do a Charlie Austin move. I think Charlie's probably the best third striker right now in the game, and he's on pens.
See, it's quite hard to advocate a big, mass movement to Charlie Austin in the next fortnight, considering you've got Liverpool and then Everton at home.
Yeah.
It's just a little... Okay, but after that, there is a 4-game spell where, you'll probably want to get a Southampton defender in too. You've got Palace away, Middlesbrough home, Stoke away, Bournemouth away.
If you look at their fixture list and you look at the table, after game week 13, it's literally just green, 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 green. It's insane. That fixture run is insane.
It is.
I would definitely look to get in a Southampton defender. I don't know. Just my thought is Arsenal has still been pretty tight in the back, and I don't know. You're right. Rashford's goal scoring hasn't been great as of late, and Charlie's been scoring goals.
It was Rashford that downed Arsenal last season.
I know,
guys. I'll tell you what. If Rashford starts tomorrow, and if he plays right down the centre, plays as a goal poacher, I think he'll score. And I think that with Rooney, let's say Rooney starts tomorrow, I've got a feeling, why would they start Rooney up front? It has to be Rashford. There's no Zlatan. It has to be Rashford up top. And, I know Arsenal have an okay-ish defence, but, Bellerin actually, he won't be fit. He won't be playing. So
no.
I fancy United scoring at least one goal, and Rashford will definitely be in the mix. And for that reason, I'm not going to sell him just for this game week.
All right.
Yeah, Nathan Redmond actually might be a seriously good call actually when those fixtures come around.
Yep. I think those 4 game weeks that you called, Stag, Palace away, Middlesbrough at home, Stoke away, Bournemouth away, and it covers, it's that pre-Christmas rush period, and then, the Christmas rush for them would be Spurs at home, West Brom at home, Everton away, which isn't too bad either, so it'll be a good investment.
My goodness, look at their run from the 14th of January, right through to Valentine's Day.
It's insane.
I didn't realize it was that long. I didn't scroll.
Yeah,
wow.
It's actually insane. They have Liverpool, they have Spurs, and they have Arsenal from now until game week 26, and other than that, it's some of the worst teams in the league.
So just to deal with Mika Moy there in the chat, we're not really advocating getting Rashford for 1 week. We're just advocating that those who have Rashford to hold on to him for at least one more week.
Yeah, definitely don't pick him up for this week, but I don't know. There is an argument to be made that just keep him for this week.
And I see another question in there in the chat about Gundogan. Is he still a good 4th midfielder in your opinion? Anyone?
Never was.
Never was.
Yeah, I was always kind of hesitant too.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I was probably the strongest advocate of him last time, but didn't actually think it was worth getting him in that week. And I'm not really rushing to get him after last time.
Yeah, there was a point in when his. Oh, go ahead, Chief.
Now he'll probably score a brace. He'll just ridicule us by scoring a brace. But with Gundogan, the fact is that you've got Aguero, you've got De Bruyne, and you've got this avalanche of attacking prowess with Sterling, Nolito,
and David Silva.
And David Silva. And I know Gundogan, people say that he's now playing the Yaya Toure role, but look at his historical stats. He doesn't score a lot of goals, and that's one reason why I was very reluctant to buy him. Sure, he's less than 6 million, but if you're going to get a Man City midfielder, you'd rather get De Bruyne than Gundogan.
Mm-hmm. I just want to quickly go back to the Southampton defense argument, and Cedric Suarez is only 4.9 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a whole 0.6 cheaper than Van Dijk and Font. Actually 0.5. So
Would you rather get Cedric or Brunt at that price?
I would rather get Cedric, honestly.
But like, I think if you wanted a defender from that crowd, West Brom, you'd probably just get Johnny Evans, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's who
Like,
I
why
have.
I don't think anyone would be like, sure, he's playing a bit out of position, but at the end of the day, it's still West Brom.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a 0.5 justification for going up to Chris Brunt from
By the way,
Evans.
there was someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was asking about Callum Wilson. Ben Dinnery has been tweeting out earlier. Eddie Howe will make a late call on them. Wilson himself has hinted that he'll be fit to face Stoke. He said, "I'm going out there with a positive mindset and hopefully leave with a different outcome." So
Nice.
there you go. That answers your question, person of the chat.
Can I just clarify something? Luke, did you say that Brunt is 0.5 more than Cedric Suarez?
No, Brunt's 0.5 more than Johnny Evans.
Oh, more than Johnny Evans.
Yeah. I think Cedric's 4.9 and Brunton's is 5.0.
Exactly. No, Brunt's 4.9 as things stand. But
Okay.
the fact is that Brunt's goal scoring and assists, that he's done over the past few seasons, it's quite sensational. And I know that, over time, he's shifted from a midfielder, defender and whatnot, but you really can't ignore those attacking stats. And I was very tempted to sell Jordi Amat for Brunt for the next 3 game weeks.
Yeah.
Like he's capable of getting an assist or a goal when his team, may not keep a clean sheet. So I wouldn't rule him out altogether. But Cedric, for the weeks ahead after the Liverpool match, he is a very tantalising prospect.
Just talking on West Brom players, I've just saw a little bit of talk about them during the week. First with Chris Brunt. He's got a sum total of 3 FPL points this season after appearing in 4 games. I think might be a bit of a rush to get him just yet, in terms of with those just very basic stats. Then looking across the rest of the West Brom team, I think it's kind of just worth noting. So James McLean has been absolutely unreal for Ireland. Now that's not West Brom, but it's for Ireland, and I see a fair bit of Ireland. And when he plays for them, he is on fire. Now he's suffering with probably a lower back injury this weekend and may not play. And Nasser Chadli has only just about trained. His chances of playing, we're not sure. There's going to be a late call made in him. So looking at their midfield, if you were to bring one player in right now who would play this weekend, you're looking at Matt Phillips, who is nailed on. Last game against Leicester, 13 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, owned by 0.3%, 5.1 million. He plays Burnley at home, Hull away, Watford at home in his next 3 fixtures. And I was looking at him. I think he's the mad pick. Would I be right in saying FPL mad from the academy? I think he's his pick this weekend. I talked about him as well in my column. I reckon Matt Phillips could be a very interesting transfer. If you're looking to downgrade somewhere to get in the likes of Kevin De Bruyne somewhere else, I think Matt Phillips could be a really, really interesting option.
Yeah, he's been great lately.
I had one of these moments a few weeks ago. Remember, I revealed the secrets of Marcus Alonso on here for the first time to you guys. I didn't actually act on it myself, so if I'd listened,
remember, I was in my car and we were doing that show, and that is my reference point. Whenever I think of Marcus Alonso, I think of the Stag and I think of my car. So yeah, you've absolutely nailed it there. So yeah, just a shame we didn't buy him.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, if you can afford him.
People are giving me all sorts of praise now, like, good shout, Stag, and it's like, I didn't actually bring him into my team, so hence I've crashed in the rankings the last
It's one thing to give out the good advice, but it's another thing to actually follow through.
Take your own advice. Yeah. So will we actually just go across our own teams? Just so there's kind of a lack of questions in the chat right now.
Yeah,
so
you want to do that? I mean, the West Brom is kind of a good segue for me. So I guess the concerns for me right now is I have Adam Smith and Holebas in defense. So ideally, I think I probably need to get rid of Adam Smith this week and pick up a defender so I could play 3. I don't know. I've been looking at Gareth McCauley, but the problem is I already have Johnny Evans. So I don't know how I feel about a double up on defense.
I wouldn't double up on West Brom. They haven't shown that much
Yeah, that's
strength. They've been good in defence, but not that good.
That's my thought too. The problem is I only have 4.7 million to work with. So I mean, my options. I've been really looking at either George Friend, who I believe is out this week, or Ben Mee from Burnley, who at home have shown that they are really pretty a force to be reckoned with. So what do you guys think? I don't know.
I think you're like, do you need to make that transfer?
Well, if I don't make a transfer for him, I only have 2 starting defenders because I have Jordy and Matt.
Josh Kramer says Peters.
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 I do this thing with Mate, Fly, and FPL Walk, whereby we pick certain picks over the course of a 3-game week cycle. And for this week, I actually selected Peters, and Peters of Stoke. His fixtures include home to Bournemouth, away to Watford, home to Burnley. You know, and obviously they've got Arsenal the week after that, but I think he's definitely a viable pick.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And Stoke have looked better over the past few weeks.
Mightn't be a bad call for you to do that.
Yeah, and they're home to Bournemouth and at home to Burnley in the next 3. So yeah,
and Andrew E48 backs my idea with Phillips. He did the same thing to fund a move. So there you go. Just
nice.
Thought I'd, give myself some bit of vindication.
Okay. You know what?
Chief, wait, sorry, we didn't quite get to the end of your team there, Luke. Sorry, cut you
No,
off.
I mean that's about it. I mean I have Coutinho. I'm not gonna transfer him out. I have Aguero, Lukaku, Sanchez might not start, but I don't know. I just couldn't justify taking him out for Eden Hazard. It seemed like a sideways move to me.
Alexis Sanchez, game week 4 and game week 8, 1 point and 5 points. 29 minutes played in the first one, 81 minutes played in the second one.
I know, that's given that... I don't know.
Although last season he averaged 7.3 points per game after international breaks versus 5.3 points per game in every other game.
United's such a big game for them, though. Can you see Arsene not starting Alexis?
No, he'll start. He'll definitely start.
That's my thought.
There's no two ways about it. He has to start in that match. That is... I wouldn't say it's a must-win for Arsenal. It's more of a must-win for Mourinho, if anything. But I can't see them resting their players unless they absolutely have to. So he's going to start. Will he score? Probably. That's another question. But for me, I get the peace of mind that he showed form with Chile over the international break, and granted the turnaround between that match and Saturday lunchtime isn't that great, but it's worth having him, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. It just seems like sideways. So, yeah, I think that's going to be my move. I think I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna transfer out Adam Smith, and I'm gonna get Eric Peters.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to read out a stat from Slicks Trader 6, our winner from 2 weeks ago, and controversially stripped winner last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Hashtag FPL Live. Liverpool have scored 40 goals in 14 games. That's their best tally in 100, he has that in all caps, and 21 years. That's from Opta.
Wow. 121 years. Wow.
Yeah.
What that? He's eligible for that tweet now because he obviously had that 1 week where he was a champion and then he's lost it. So that is a valid stat. I've got another stat here, if that's okay.
Go.
Man City have kept 5 clean sheets from their last 6 games against Palace, and that's an Opta stat from John Lebo. And another stat from Path Almighty. Wimmer has a total of -1 points this season.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate, Kevin.
That lad, Wimmer, he was playing for Austria against Ireland, just to bring up some good memories, in the international break, and he theatrically fell over after being dispossessed by David Myler, who then passed the ball into the centre circle to Wes Hoolahan, who provided a great assist for none other than James McLean to slot in and to send Ireland 1-0 up and send us to the top of our group. Just reminding everyone of that great moment. Chief, what about your team?
I'm in a bit of a pickle, to be honest with you. I really hate my team. I've got Hazard, I've got Sanchez, I've got Firmino, I've got Aguero, I've got Lukaku as my power 5. But the problem is the rest of the team isn't that great. I've got Rashford, who I'm not going to sell, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
I've got Capu, who I may have to start.
Ugh.
Then my back. Yeah, Capu.
Ugh.
His name doesn't sound.
Just makes me makes me gag in my mouth just thinking about it.
Yeah. And then my back 4, I've got Lovren, who he's meh. I've got Francis, but Bournemouth's captain. I've got Fuchs and I've got Pickford in goal. I really hate my defence, and it's likely I'm either going to make one of the following 2 moves. And my bench consists of Amat, Holbass, and MacArthur, and Jakubovic. So I'll probably sell Capu for Snodgrass, or I'll sell Amat for Brunt. And I'm actually favouring Snodgrass because with him, from what I know and from what I've read, he does indirect free kicks, he does direct free kicks, he's doing their corners, and he's doing their penalties as well.
Yeah.
With their main penalty taker unavailable. Hull have 4.
He's also in with the shout of being moved to number 10 at the moment.
Oh wow, that's good. And he's 5.5 million in FPL. He's got a goal and assist in his last Premier League match. I think it makes sense. Sell Capu and buy Snodgrass.
Chief, can you run down your defense just real quick again?
Sure. So the back line that I've got, it's Pickford in goal, Francis, Lovren, and Fuchs starting right now, and then my bench, Amat, who's my dud sub 3, and I've got Holbass, who's suspended.
Yeah, I think I would go with the Capu to Snodgrass move as well. I think you can get away with starting Francis this week.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that actually sounds like a really great move. I'm really high on Snodgrass. I didn't even try and plan that, man. What the hell?
I was just like, wow, how long have you been waiting to say that? How many weeks have you been waiting?
I did not even try and plan that. That is funny. Oh,
I
man.
can say this, right? I can say, folks, I am not high on Snodgrass, and I'm going to make that transfer right now. I'm going to sell the two, and I'm going to buy Snodgrass. And let's hope I won't be feeling low by the end of game week. So, yeah, wish me luck. I'm doing that now.
Hashtag high on Snodgrass on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see a few hashtag high on Snodgrasses on Twitter. And can we also get a few more likes on the stream? Come on, guys, let's have some for high on Snodgrass.
That's funny.
How's my team? The great question of the age. So back before game week 10, I came here and I proudly stood before you all in 37,023rd place in the world, feeling that my chance at winning the full overall FPL crown was definitely still within reach, definitely top 1,000. Since then, I've gone through 2 of the worst weeks that I can remember in terms of just pain and stupidity. Game week 10, as we've already spoken about last time we were on before game week 11, I captained Dele Alli while all the rest of you smoked me. And so I had a game week rank that week of almost 2 million. That was painful. I dropped to 94,000 that week. And then I thought, it can't possibly get any worse. Until last time, when I had a game week rank of just over 3 million. There's 4 million people playing. 75% of people did better than me. And yeah, exactly. Basically, the crux of my problem that week was that I had no Chelsea cover and Firmino and no Ibrahimovic and no Sanchez. I think that kind of
that'll do it.
Down my troubles.
Yeah.
So clearly my team is probably going to need a bigger makeover than anyone else. So I was at a stage last time where I decided, no, I'm going to go into the international break with 2 free transfers. That's what I need. Now, I should have just taken the hit right there and then and just brought in Hazard and just been done with it. I'd have got 19 points and it would have paid off everything I ever did. I'd probably have got Coutinho as well, but
Hindsight.
Hindsight, exactly. But now I've also been considering getting high on Snodgrass. And with the idea that... So I'm looking at getting rid of Dimitri Payet and Dele Alli to get in Hazard and Snodgrass. So that seems like a good idea. That leaves me with the midfield of Hazard and Firmino and Walcott and the guy who I just mentioned, which is Snodgrass. Now, what I would then have as my forwards, I'd play all three of them with Austin, Lukaku, and Aguero. My defence is better than Chiefs for certain. I have Lloris in goal, Pickford is the sub. Menone, by the way, is almost back. Warning to all of you people, don't get too comfortable. Holebas suspended, but that's fine. Jordi Amat, who never plays anymore. Johnny Evans, Koscielny, and Ashley Williams. So that's all okay. Now, it's all going fine until Walcott's wife, or whatever she is, or she's wife since 2013, as I pointed out, has a baby, and then suddenly my team's in disarray, and Daroon would come in, and he's not going to score again, and he didn't even come in the last time as my whole entire team capitulated. So that's what I'm considering basically is Payet out, Ali out, Hazard in, Snodgrass in.
I like that. I think I saw on Twitter that Ali is a potential doubt for this week.
Precisely. Hence, just that confirmed my reasons for dumping him. I was thinking, do I hold him? Do I not? Because it's West Ham. But when he's not there, no way. And then I'm not going to hold on to Payet for a Spurs game. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean Payet's good, but his form hasn't been too great, but
the whole entire team around him have just been terrible.
Yeah, I mean West Ham really is terrible right now.
Yeah, so like what that would actually leave me with is 2.3 in the bank, which would allow me to sell Walcott and actually have 10 million to play with. Now, I'm going to talk about my future strategy right here, guys. So I was actually just talking to my housemate the other day, and he just happened to ask me, who were the top people in the FPL world? And I said, I don't know. So I went and I clicked, and I went to the teams of both the top two in the world. And guess what was the one common trend that I got from looking at both teams for 5 seconds? What was the common factor?
Chelsea defense?
Possibly, but I didn't check that far. I looked at it.
What was it? Tell us.
Probably no. No Aguero.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah,
Seriously?
the top two in the world have no Aguero, or had no Aguero anyway, for the last week. So what I'm thinking of doing is completely deconstructing my team over the next few weeks, which would... Oh, geez, he says. And that would entail getting rid of Aguero, getting rid of Lukaku, bringing in Harry Kane, bringing in Diego Costa, and I think if I jimmy around just enough over the next few weeks, I can also fit Alexis Sanchez in.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it.
Don't.
Yeah, I really hate that.
Why?
I mean, Harry Kane is still kind of questionable.
Well, you see, this is why I'm not doing it this week. I'm not talking about doing it straight away.
Long term.
This is long term. This is in game week 13.
I mean, we've done this season after season. Aguero trying to take him out, and has it ever worked out? I can't say it has.
I can say it has for the top two people in the FPL world right now.
I mean, it's possible that they've used their chips too. I mean, early season, a lot of people that are up around.
I'm going to go to I'll go to Mr. Top One in the world. Mr.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people.
John Kerry, who is presumably not the U.S. Secretary of State, and he. Okay, wait. Chips wise, where do I even check? How can I check his chips easily, guys?
There's a website, FPL Discovery, I believe, where they give a breakdown. So yeah, don't.
But you can just go into their game week history and it says chips used.
There's that as well. Yeah, we can do that as well.
Oh, wow.
And Mr. John Kerry, who beer bellies from England, ranked number 1 in the overall FPL world, who does not have Aguero, chips used, just his wild card.
Damn. Yeah, and the guy in second hasn't either. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm very apprehensive about taking Aguero.
For what it's worth, Luke, Mr. John Kerry, not U.S. Secretary of State, also has no Chelsea defender.
No.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So where is he getting his points? I hear Chief screaming internally. Diego Costa, Coutinho, Hazard, Lallana. That's basically it. Looking at his team right now,
and he's got
honest,
Kyle Walker
team
as well.
He has got Kyle Walker. Fair enough. And Dimi Payet is sitting there. It's like Charlie Austin's there. Lukaku's there. It's a funny team.
Could it be? Is it dead? He's got a lot of injuries.
Transfers one made in game week 11.
Oh,
No,
so
I
it's
wouldn't
not
think
there.
so. I think the man is just planning. He's made it. Actually, interestingly, no transfer hits taken.
I haven't taken a hit either. I'm proud of it.
I think I would be correct in saying he actually has 2 free transfers right now. Because he made no transfers in game week 5 and has made one every week since, so he should have one extra.
No.
Oh wait, sorry,
I
that's when he used
think-
his wild card. Sorry. So no, he only has one free transfer.
So Stag, what were those moves again? It was Pyatt and Snodgrass. No, it wasn't.
No.
Tell me what it was.
No Paye. But getting rid of Paye. So getting rid of Ali, getting rid of Paye, bringing in one. Oh God, who am I bringing in? Eden Hazard and Hyan Snodgrass.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Just because your defense is fine and your attack is fine, and so those.
And you get 4 funds as well to top things off.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it.
I would do it.
Do it. I'm doing it. I'm pretty much doing it. Let's just make sure I don't cap it. I'm doing it. I just have to click there.
All right. Do we want to try and wrap up the show and go to the stats?
Yeah, can we just take another question if that's okay? So
Okay.
this is from Mitten. Despite Swansea not being that great, he thinks Siggy's form is noteworthy. Is he a good differential to have in your team? I don't think so. I'm not sold on-
I would wait. Just
Yeah.
because I don't know. Bradley's looked a little better at taking Swansea out of the gutter, but I don't know. Siggy still has his form.
He's
hasn't
looked a
been
little
there.
better. He has succeeded in getting 1 draw and losing 3 times in the 4 games he's been there.
Yeah, his the team has looked better.
Or is it no? 3 losses. 3 losses and 1 draw. Yeah, that's what it is. So 1 point. It's tough at the top, Luke. It's tough at the top.
I mean, it seems like they've been so much better than that. I don't
They
know.
have, in fairness. Like it's apart from the Man United game where it just seemed like any time an attacker put any sort of effort in whatsoever, i.e. Ibra, they suddenly just fell apart. Just
Yeah,
totally just parted, like Moses parting the waters style.
yeah,
Just-
and
Okay, here we go.
Mitten Davda, he said that their fixtures look good too. So
If I remember rightly, we even spoke about it like a week or 2 ago. That
Yeah.
Swansea's fixtures improve after, I think, even game week 15.
Game week 15. That's
Yeah.
game week 15 to game week 20. Fantastic run. Maybe get him then if he can prove himself in these tough matches before then he's definitely a candidate. But
Yeah, you could be looking at for that period. You could be looking at having the likes, like you could be looking at a midfield trio to try and save for my premium attackers. You could be looking at having, this is crazy by the way, don't actually do this, but Redmond, Chadley, and Siggy across there, all of them with good fixtures.
shudders down my spine. I mean, the thing with that is it only leaves you 2 spots to have Coutinho, Firmino, Sanchez, Hazard, De Bruyne. I
See,
don't
what
know.
I'm actually saying is that Nasser Chadley is a better player than Eden Hazard.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah, so I think consensus, I would say just keep watching him, but I wouldn't get Siggy yet.
Yeah, I mean, even Swansea fans like Holly Garner in the chat, even she says that that they've just been truly awful, and you do get those teams where the team's rubbish, but you've got that one sparkle, so one talent that has been sparkling, but I don't really see it with Swansea right now. So yeah, just best avoid him now.
Want to give a shout out to Holly. Hi Holly, at FPL Holly on Twitter. Good friend
And
of the
I actually
show.
also just want to reference Padful in the chat has actually provided, inadvertently I would think, the stat that I kind of wanted to hear, and he's going to be my nomination for stat of the night since we're coming towards the end.
Oh, right.
Padful, only 3 teams in the overall top 10 have Aguero in, which makes you think.
That is deep. I've chosen my stat, guys.
Okay,
And
go for it.
This stat has actually swayed me from not captaining Aguero, and it's Basker P. So he said Lukaku has scored once in the last 8 matches that Everton have faced Swansea in the Premier League, and that was from Opta. So that has actually ensured that I'm not going to captain Lukaku. I'm going Aguero.
Wow. Okay. Making changes on the pod.
Wait, you're going Aguero. You're captaining Aguero.
I'm captaining Aguero on the basis that City have good stats against Palace, and he got rested sort of during the international break, and Lukaku and that stat, don't sound too good to me. So I'm not going to risk
So
it with him.
I just want to talk about Aguero. 'Cause, I mean, usually after the breaks, we're hesitant to captain him because he's had some play time in South America, but I don't know. This time he didn't play much at all, and I don't know. You're swaying me towards Aguero now.
It's the safe captain pick, isn't it? I mean, I wanted to be different. I wanted to go for Firmino, but then there might be an injury worry with him. I wanted to go for Hazard, but there might be an injury worry with him. And then Lukaku, but then I've seen this human stat, so it has to be Aguero. Let's be boring.
Guys, I think you all just need to settle on Robert Snodgrass as your captain here.
He's going to be my vice captain.
You guys know I'm always high on Snodgrass, so I mean that's how I feel. No, I mean I think I'm gonna go Aguero. You're talking to the voice of reason within me as a City fan, and we're at a tight race for the table right now, and we need Aguero. We need him to play. He's a goal.
Actually, just to even make the case even better, Lars Gaustad in the chat just said Palace's keeper is injured. No, and I just checked, and it's sure enough, Steve Mandanda is injured.
Mandanda's out. So who's the replacement?
Hennessy.
Hennessy. It is Hennessy. So, can I just clarify? So Stag, your stat is the Padful stat. I'm going with the Lukaku anti-Lukaku stat. What are you going for, Luke?
I'm going for at Jeremy Kilno on Twitter, and it says Wenger has never beaten Mourinho in 14 visits against each other.
And where did that stat come from?
It's on Twitter.
Oh, it came, but he said it. But he did he credit it?
Oh, he hasn't credited it yet.
That's a very common knowledge stat.
Yeah, in fairness, we all know that poor Arsene Wenger struggles with Jose.
Okay, so we've got the anti-Lukaku stat. We've got Wenger's never beaten Mourinho, and what was your Stag?
No Agueros, basically.
Okay, all right. So everyone.
So
in one word, that would be Aguero, Lukaku, or Wenger. Yeah.
Yep.
So you wait. Oh wait, let me get my stop clock out. Nobody type yet. Nobody type yet. Don't do it. Jeez.
I'll just write.
Wait, no one has done it anyway, thankfully.
Okay,
you have now got 45 seconds from now. Go, guys.
Okay, so chat in the YouTube chat your favorite stat this week. We're gonna keep track.
Lukaku, Wenger, or the other one,
or Aguero.
Yeah, my one. Yeah, Lukaku. Okay, we've got one vote for Lukaku from Jan Horvat so far.
Okay, they're slowly coming in. Aguero.
Oh, here they come.
Lukaku.
Go on, who's that, guys? I want to win this thing.
Lukaku.
Come on.
Luke.
Lukaku's in, yes.
Luke Arku.
You're not going to captain Lukaku based on that stat.
Luke Arku.
Thanks, Clayton. Right, we're coming up 15 seconds to go, guys.
Come on, guys.
Let's get some Agueros in.
Everton and Lukaku stat.
This is a runaway.
Oh, we got an Aguero. Thank you, FPL.
We haven't had one Wenger stat.
Time's up.
Yes.
Okay.
So, who put forward the Lukaku stat? One of you put it. Who?
Yeah, Chief.
That was my. Yeah, that was from Baskar P on Twitter, 883473A, and he said Lukaku has scored once in the last 8 times that Everton have played Swansea, and that's a stat courtesy of Opta. So yeah, that wins it. That swayed me away from Captain Lukaku. I've gone for Aguero, the safe pick, and you guys have validated my captaincy pick because Palace have an injury in goal. So Lukaku's going to score 5 goals tomorrow, I hope. So
come on, big Sergio.
God, doesn't this really make a case for trying to get in Kevin De Bruyne as well, guys?
Yeah, and De Bruyne will assist all of those goals. So yeah.
Oh, tempted to get rid of Walcott and his pregnant wife, from my team.
All right. So thanks for Baskar on Twitter for getting in your stat. You won this week. It's a $25 prize from Classic Certs.
Yep.
So contact the chief. He'll help you out on getting that settled. And you guys want to talk about anything else before we wrap it up?
I'll just give the wrap up talk, will I?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. Thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. It's been really good as always. Keep in contact with us over the game week as we're all there, sitting there live, watching the matches with you as we all cry and cry out with joy, I guess, or just smoke with Lukaku, or what was it? Sorry, smoke high on Snodgrass. I've made total mess of that.
It's okay.
Yeah, smoking Snodgrass. It's okay. At least I have him in my team now. I've completed that transfer.
Brilliant.
If you've enjoyed the show, please leave us a like. We're trying to, actually grow this a bit, and we want to get up in the search rankings and things. So we'd really appreciate it. Like if you've enjoyed, we would also seriously appreciate it if you could share this around with your friends. Just tweet it out. Whatever you want to do, just spread the good news.
Yep. This episode will go live up on the YouTube channel probably about an hour after we head out. So if you missed the show, you can watch it now. Anything else? I just wanted to ask if you guys have any suggestions for the show. Anything we can improve on. I know one week someone asked us to schedule the shows so that they got it in their inbox. So anything that would help you see the show a little bit easier, let us know on Twitter. Chief, anything from you?
Thank you for everyone.
Like for Pie stuff has started again. Please, guys, no. Oh my God, no.
You've already said like quiet again. Thank you everyone for tuning into the show, and also thank you to those who are listening in when it comes to podcast. A special thanks to our sponsors, Classic Shirts, for sponsoring our prizes. And apart from that, may your arrows be green and may your mind be serene. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Good luck this week. We'll see you again next week for Game Week 13.
Ciao.
Good night, guys.
Adios.